Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast. So, now that we've had this back and forth with Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock, now that I've gotten some more context, last video was a reaction vid, just because, look, Jason Whitlock has been getting under his skin, and obviously, he didn't like some things that were questioned. Stephen A. didn't like some things that were questioned in the book, his memoir that he's written, or it came out like, a year ago, whatever, right? So now I had some time to sit back and listen. I think, look, if Stephen A. is allowed to clap back at Jason Whitlock if he wants to, okay. It's the internet. It is what it is, right? Now, the question that everybody's been asking is of Stephen A., right? And the question is basically, Stephen A. is, can you validate some of these claims in your book, right? Number one is kind of, Jason Whitlock is questioning if Stephen A. Smith was actually on the team, right? And look, man, listen, this picture of Stephen A. Smith on the basketball team for Winston Salem, right? But it's only that one picture, right? Jason Whitlock brings up a good point of, it's only this one picture of Stephen A. Smith at Winston-Salem, right? I haven't found any other picture. Yeah, I've seen this one right here, but we don't see any other pictures of Stephen A. Smith's time at Winston-Salem. So not to say he didn't attend or wasn't on the team, but it does raise some eyebrows to that point, right? Also, too, is, Whitlock also, he talks about making that whole, Stephen A's talking about making 17 out of 17 3-pointers during the scrimmage. And when that scrimmage took place, their season, they're in the middle of their season, right? They most likely probably would have had a game, is what he's saying. So how is he able to, drive from New York in the middle of February, make the scrimmage, hit 17 out of 17 3-pointers, gets a scholarship the next day? Jason Whitlock is questioning him cracking his knee and everything, and having a 6-inch screw in his knee, saying how could he be walking around with a 6-inch screw still in his knee? He made a lot of things, and it's like, what, to be fair and objective, these are some questions for Stephen A. Maybe he should, clear it up, right? So far, he's made another vid or another live stream, pretty much doing a recap of what he has said, and stands by what he said about Jason Whitlock. And a lot of people are saying that, look, Stephen A., his retort to Whitlock's claims against Whitlock and his claims in the book of Stephen A.'s memoir is that it's just a lot of name calling and, fiery ad hominem attacks, that type of stuff, right? Still doesn't answer the question. So it does. So I can see a large group of people still wanting to question Stephen A. Smith, his stories in his memoir of, his time in New York and how we got to Winston-Salem, right? And then the claims of making 17 out of 17 3-pointers, saying it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. He, never did it again, got the scholarship, plays one game. So, I know Jason Whitlock has gotten some heat as well, but also got a lot of support for calling it out, right? So as many people may like Stephen A. Smith's response, I liked his response initially because it was funny. To me, it was funny. It was entertaining. Like I don't have a horse in this race. I'm not a big Jason Whitlock fan, but you know what? After going through watching his vids and his review of Stephen A. Smith's book, Stephen A. Smith hasn't addressed it, right? So it's only fair that Stephen A. Smith, if he feels he needs to, address it. Otherwise, people will continue to question his validity in terms of his time and the stories at Winston-Salem. Now, I'm not aware of anybody from Stephen A's circles, his friends or his circle from at the time at Winston-Salem, if they've come out and corroborated and verified that the things that Stephen A. Smith has said is all true, right? So still no confirmation. If y'all know about it, if y'all know if there's any type of confirmation about this, let me know. If not, then it's Stephen A's story, and we're just going off of it, right? Could it be exaggerated? That is a sentiment, right? So crazy right now, but yeah, Stephen A. Smith, I haven't seen him address the particular details of what Jason Whitlock called out in the book. So I think that should be open for discussion. I think Stephen A. Smith should address it. If he has addressed some of it, I missed it. Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.